Banks are everywhere, in every city, town, and country. They handle our money, finance our dreams, and keep economies moving. But have you ever wondered where banks actually began? What sparked the idea of a place where money could be safely stored, lent, and multiplied? The story of banking is a fascinating journey through time, culture, and innovation. From the bustling marketplaces of Renaissance Italy to the grand halls of Royal London, 7 banks stand out as pioneers. Institutions that not only survived centuries but laid the foundation for the modern financial world we know today. These banks introduced revolutionary concepts like paper money, credit, and central banking. Welcome to The First Spark, where every story begins. Join us as we explore the origins of banking through these 7 historic institutions that changed the course of economics forever. The first bank on our journey is Banca Monte dei Paschi di Siena, founded in 1472 in the medieval city of Siena, Italy. Often considered the oldest surviving bank in the world, it was created with a humble and noble purpose: to provide loans to the poor and support the local economy. At the time, Siena was a thriving city-state, rich in art, culture, and commerce, but many citizens struggled to access credit. The bank was established by the Monte dei Paschi, a charitable institution, to offer financial services that would help farmers, artisans, and small merchants grow their businesses. This was revolutionary. Banking was no longer just for the wealthy elite. Over the centuries, Banca Monte dei Paschi di Siena faced enormous challenges. It survived the turmoil of wars, devastating plagues, and multiple economic crises that swept across Europe. Despite these hardships, it endured, adapting to the changing world around it. What's truly remarkable is that this bank is still operating today, over 550 years later. It stands as a living testament to the resilience and evolution of banking. Next, we visit Bank Number 2, Berenberg Bank, founded in 1590 by the Berenberg family in Hamburg, Germany. These wealthy merchants specialized in merchant and private banking, focusing on financing trade expeditions and managing the wealth of elite families. The late 16th century was a time of great commercial expansion. Hamburg's port bustled with ships carrying goods from the New World, Asia, and across Europe. The Berenberg family capitalized on this by providing the necessary financial backing for merchants to take risks and grow their businesses. What makes Berenberg Bank unique is that it remains one of the world's oldest family-owned banks. Over the centuries, it has maintained its traditions while evolving to meet modern banking needs. The family's commitment to integrity and personalized service has been a cornerstone of its longevity. Today, Berenberg continues to operate from Hamburg, blending centuries of history with cutting-edge financial expertise. Our third bank is Sveriges Riksbank, founded in 1668 in Stockholm, Sweden. It holds the distinction of being the world's oldest central bank, a concept that revolutionized how nations manage their economies. Unlike private banks, a central bank serves as the government's bank. Sveriges Riksbank was created to issue banknotes and regulate the money supply, helping to control inflation and stabilize the economy. Before this, coins made of precious metals were the main currency, but they were heavy, scarce, and vulnerable to theft. The introduction of paper money by Sveriges Riksbank was a game changer. It allowed for easier trade, more flexible credit, and greater economic growth. The bank's role in controlling inflation and acting as a lender of last resort laid the groundwork for modern central banking systems worldwide. Sveriges Riksbank's legacy is immense. It set standards and practices that central banks everywhere still follow today. Bank number 4 is C. Hoare and Company, founded in 1672 by Sir Richard Hoare in London, England. This bank is a fascinating example of tradition and exclusivity. Unlike large public banks, C. Hoare and Company has always been privately owned and catered to an elite clientele: aristocrats, wealthy merchants, and influential families. What's extraordinary is that the bank remains family-run after 12 generations, a rare continuity in the banking world. This long lineage has allowed the bank to maintain a personal touch, focusing on trust and discretion. In a city that was rapidly becoming a global financial center, Seahor and Company carved out its niche by offering bespoke banking services, including managing estates and financing ventures for the upper class. The bank's historic building, handwritten ledgers, and portraits of aristocratic clients tell a story of an institution deeply intertwined with British history and society. Our fifth bank is Metzler Bank, founded in 1674 in Frankfurt, Germany. Specializing in investment and family banking, Metzler has a rich history of navigating Europe's turbulent political and economic landscape. The bank's founding family has maintained control for centuries, ensuring a consistent vision and approach. Metzler survived the Napoleonic Wars, two world wars, and the complex transition into the European Union, a testament to its resilience and adaptability. Frankfurt itself evolved into a major financial hub, and Metzler played a key role in supporting businesses and families through changing times. The bank's archives reveal centuries of financial tools and strategies that helped clients preserve and grow their wealth. Today, Metzler continues to blend tradition with innovation, offering modern investment services grounded in centuries of experience. Bank number 6 is the Bank of England, founded in 1694. Its creation was driven by a very practical need: to finance England's war against France. The government needed a reliable source of funds to sustain military efforts, and the Bank of England was born to meet that challenge. But the bank's impact went far beyond war financing. It quickly became the model for central banks worldwide. The Bank of England was the first to issue paper currency nationally, replacing cumbersome coins and making transactions more efficient. This innovation helped stabilize the English economy and allowed for the expansion of credit, fueling the Industrial Revolution that would transform the world. The bank also pioneered the concept of managing national debt and acting as a lender of last resort, providing financial stability in times of crisis. Over the centuries, the Bank of England weathered financial panics, wars, and political upheavals, evolving into one of the most powerful and respected central banks globally. Its grand vaults, historic documents, and early currency designs tell the story of a financial institution that shaped not just a nation, but the entire global economy. Our final bank is the Bank of Scotland, founded in 1695 in Edinburgh under a royal charter granted by the Scottish Parliament. This bank holds a unique place in history as Scotland's oldest surviving bank. What sets the Bank of Scotland apart is its tradition of issuing its own currency, a practice it continues to this day. Scottish banknotes are distinct and carry rich cultural symbolism, reflecting the country's heritage. The bank played a crucial role in supporting Scotland's economy, financing trade, agriculture, and industry during times of rapid change. Its original head office, a striking historic building in Edinburgh's Old Town, stands as a monument to centuries of financial service. The Bank of Scotland's story is one of innovation, national pride, and endurance. These 7 banks, born in different countries and centuries, share a remarkable legacy. They helped shape national economies and introduced concepts that are now fundamental to modern finance, from paper money and credit to central banking and family-owned trust. Each institution faced wars, plagues, economic crashes, and political upheavals, yet they adapted and survived. Their stories remind us that banking is not just about money, it's about trust, innovation, and resilience. Today's global financial system stands on the shoulders of these pioneers. Their sparks ignited ideas that continue to evolve, powering economies and enabling dreams worldwide. As we reflect on their journeys, we see how history's first banks were more than just places to store money. They were engines of progress and change. Before there were apps and ATMs, there were visionaries with ledgers and vaults. People who dared to imagine a new way of handling money. Which of these banks surprised you the most? Was it the ancient Italian bank still running after 550 years? Or the Scottish bank that still issues its own currency? Drop a comment below and share your thoughts. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more fascinating stories about history's first, only on the First Spark. And remember, behind every modern system was once a spark.